Yo, what's good, mi gente? You is now tuned in to Pura Cultura Sin Censura, and this is your boy Lazy.
And now I'm Smiley.
And together we are the
Mexi
Mexi
Twins.
Twins. Oh shit, I forgot about you.
Yo, Lazy, bro. Why are you rushing into that, man?
Hasta me subí a las nubes, güey. I was like, man, we the Mexi Twins. I was like, oh
You
shit.
got the timing off, man.
No, it's because, we've been doing the last couple episodes on Zoom, way, so I got kind of used to being on the solo dolo.
Ain't nothing like recording in person, man.
Yeah.
The energy, just the body language. You can see where someone's coming from, or just the body language it says a lot. You know what I mean? Like sometimes, I don't know, man. Just the conversation's better, bro. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. When we gotta record like that over Zoom or something like that. Especially being out here, sometimes we gotta get some interviews or some guests.
Yeah.
So obviously we're gonna do it. I think it's also a thing of perfecting it. Because sometimes people might not notice, but it's like there's a delay. You know what I mean? And a lot of people work in offices too. So they know like if you talk over someone while someone's talking, it blocks them out and it puts your microphone up front. So it cuts off a little bit. There's like a slight delay where it cuts somebody off, which that can be annoying. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you don't want to be like quiet. You don't want to be so quiet over the recording.
Yeah.
But if someone's saying something and you want to agree with them, you're gonna be like, yeah, man, I agree with that. Yeah, that's dope, man. Like, you're about to cut off a few seconds of what they're saying, and it's gonna. So sometimes we just nod. You know what I mean? We're just like, but it's some to get used to, man. But we definitely got to make it happen, man.
Yeah, and we've done a lot of recording on Zoom. So when it's just me and you, we kind of give ourselves that. It might even be a half a second type of deal. Is like, is this food done or is it gonna keep going? But when we do have a new person, especially people that are not familiar or used to doing Zooms, they just keep going, and sometimes they don't give you that space that you need. That it's kind of like that. It's that pause when you have an understanding of like, all right, I'm done or whatever.
It's kind of like even when we started off the Latino Happy Hour, in the beginning, there was a lot of cutting off. There was a lot of pauses. There was a lot of interrupting because we were so new to it. You know what I mean? We didn't. Yeah. We had to learn each other. Once we all learned each other, learn how the conversation flows. It was a lot cleaner, it started getting a lot more cleaner,
Yeah, and you did piss off one of our hosts that he quit the way. So I don't know. I don't know how cleaner it got.
Man, but yeah, man, switching it up though, man. The weather's getting nice out here, man.
I seen that.
I shared some, I don't normally share something like that, but just to give people an idea of. It's warming up here in Minnesota, man. Because when people think about Minnesota, they just think it's just cold all the time.
Yeah.
And you just want to let people know, like, good times are ahead of us, man.
You ready to jump in the lake or qué pedo?
Bro, we gotta let it warm up. It takes a while to warm up because even though like we get in the 70s, that's where you can roll the windows down, open the sunroof, jam your music as loud as you want. But as far as getting in the water, the water's still freezing cold, man. You gotta give it at least till June, man, mid-June.
Yeah, because it might seem like we're outdoors people, bro, but last year was really the first year we were outdoor people.
As much as we were, yeah.
And it's like in the dead smack middle of summer way. You jump off the jet ski, it's still a little chilly, bro.
I don't think it's chilly, bro. It's refreshing, bro.
Is it? All right, all right, Big Daddy.
Yo, you like calling men that, huh?
Yes, Davey.
Nah, man, but yeah, I'm excited for the summer, bro. It's just I'm ready for it, man. I'm ready to be out. Yeah. Like I said, the vibe's just different. No matter what you do, man. Even if you're heading to the grocery store to buy something real quick, man, you put on your favorite song at the moment, roll your windows down, and you fucking take that little trip, man.
Stay.
I want to talk to you about that blue check, bro. That verification that's gotten very popular.
Yeah, I don't know if people notice, man, but we got that blue check, baby.
Man, go check that shit out. We were certified before March.
Fuck.
March what?
Verified.
Or what did I say?
We were certified.
Certified and verified,
okay,
homie.
baby.
But it was no, I'm just saying. Just play it. But bro, I'm starting to see a lot more of that. You know, like I started seeing a lot more blue checks. Let's just say that, because we do have some people with blue checks following us. You know,
Yeah.
shout out to everyone following us. But you know, there was some people that are like
They stand out.
They're celebrity,
Yeah.
not celebrities, but they're like artists or comedians and stuff like that they follow us, and it's dope. You know. So whenever you see a blue check, it used to kind of grab your attention, you know, like you're like, oh shit, who's that? Oh, damn, dope. They follow us, or damn, dope. They commented on our shit.
Yeah.
And then like just recently, like this past week, I started noticing a lot more blue checks, right? And it's like, okay, cool. You know, then I kind of,
we blowing up, baby.
I mean, I was aware that, you know, they started selling them for, I mean, you can subscribe to it now, $15 a month, and you can get your blue check.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I see people are doing it. Cool, good for them. You know, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But it's like, bro, as soon as I seen that that report that came out, that fucking IG made like
$660 million
in one day.
Either a day or a week.
It was very fast. It was like 40 or 42 million people subscribed for it, right?
Oh, for real?
So it's like $15 a month. That's just expensive. That's like fucking Netflix right there.
Yeah.
But you know, I noticed a lot more blue checks in our following, in our comments, and our likes, and it's like if that much is happening in our following, you know, which we have like, we're like, you know, we're under 20K followers away. So if we've seen that much in ours, like imagine how many other groups of people that are in different whatever groups are seeing, you know what I mean? So that shit adds up, way. And that's just the Latino community, way. Like there's the Asian community, there's the Güero community, Morenos, and everybody, way. So it's like it does make sense, because I see it just in our group. So you can just imagine that's happening everywhere. And it makes sense for some people, way, because I know a lot of people want to clown and laugh, but I do feel like it does make sense for some people.
It makes sense for all the people that I've clicked on, and I just keep it in our circle. It makes sense. You know, go ahead though.
No, that's what I was gonna say, because it's like if you're serious about your shit and you've been putting in work for your brand or for whatever, and you just want to show that that's your shit, that's your official page, then why not do that, right? But it's like if you're solely doing it, like if you're not like a brand, if you're not like a content creator, if you're not a brand, a artist or anything like that, and you just want to get a blue check, and you're just like a regular person, I'm not trying to disrespect anybody, but if you're just a regular person that you're just like following pages, and you just like to just be on social media, just regular stuff, then obviously that's not worth it. You know, now you're doing it for different reasons, which that ain't cool.
I'm that guy.
You know, you're
I'm
doing
that guy.
Like some people just want to fit in. You know, like if you're doing it to fit in or stuff like that, obviously that's not a good look.
We do a lot of shit to just fit in, though. Look at the way we dress. It's the fashion. Why do we dress with the fashion?
I'm naturally fly, bro. Don't try. Nah, I don't try, bro. This is just natural.
I'm just saying, everything we do is to fit in, so we can't even say that that's a wrong thing to do.
Yeah, like why people buy them new Jordans?
Well, yeah, why people dressing the way celebrities dress? Why? Because we're trying to, you know, and I'm just saying it in general, right? We're trying to be like them. Why are people? We should be more upset of people with like Louis Vuitton bags, that you see millionaires walking around with Louis Vuitton bags, and then you see a person that's making $50K a year walking with a Louis Vuitton bag. You know what I mean?
You're right. That's the same concept. It's a status.
It's a status symbol. It's like, I don't think there's nothing wrong with it, to be honest with you. I see a lot of people hating on people, and that to me is just hating. You're either hating because you don't got the $15.99 a month to pay for it, or you're either a celebrity that it took a little bit of specialness away from you, that you're like, man, fuck these dudes. They ain't nobodies. That's just the way I see it, right?
It sucks to see it that way. Yeah, you shouldn't see it that way. But you also got to recognize that it did take some value off of it. It did take some prestige off of it. You know what I mean?
And maybe that's needed.
It's like a fucking club, way. You know, if they only allow a certain type of people to come in that club, like I'm talking about like a social club or something like that. Like let's say or a country club, right? Like, man, you need to make $100K a year to join this country club, and then they're like, all right, now it's open to the public. Anybody can come into this country club. That takes away from it.
Well, let's just talk about the club. Let's just talk about the club. Let's just say fucking Tiger, the game, go to the club and they got VIP, right? Well, let's just talk about the dudes in the city that got it. They ain't celebrities. They gonna be in VIP too. You know what I mean? It's like, if you got it, I'm gonna be up there too, bro. I might not be a celebrity, but I got what it takes to be VIP. What does VIP mean? Very important people, very important personally. Fuck, bro. Like, we've been in the game. When you go clubbing, is like, some people try to act special because they're in VIP, right? And that's kind of like that's kind of how I see the blue check.
Yo, man, people trick for bitches out here every day, and they're gonna get mad at people paying to get verified, man. Same shit, way. Like,
no, everything
costs money to have that status symbol. So, I mean, the more I think about it, I'm like on both sides. I see both ways of it, but I ain't mad at people for having it way. You know what I mean?
No, because the people that I've seen, they're excuse me, they're either a business, they're artists, or they're DJs, or they're some kind of brand, right? Let's just say that officialness gets you extra sales. Let's just say that gets you extra gigs, that gets you extra whatever the fuck, right? People see that you take your shit serious. You're serious about your business. You're not just selling. It's like selling shirts on Instagram and not having an LLC. But let's just say you make an LLC, people are gonna be like, oh, this guy's serious about his shit. Blue check is like, dude, this guy's serious about his business. He's doing the whole steps to be legit and verified and all that stuff.
We sound like we giving a little announcement before we get certified. Verified.
I don't see it right now benefiting us. I don't see that. I haven't even thought about it. I don't see it benefiting us to get it, but you just never know in the future way. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people that might be like, I'm going to earn mine. But at the same time, you're saying, oh, that blue check doesn't mean anything anymore. So what are you working your ass off for that you're going to earn yours? You know what I mean?
One thing that does suck the way is like IG and IG and Facebook, Meta, whatever, the same company.
You probably get verified on both, right?
Probably. I'm guessing. Way shit. That $14.99 better fucking work for both. But it's like fucking Meta, right? IG and Facebook, they stopped paying people for reels.
That's fucked up.
So it's like you stop paying people for reels, and now you're charging people to get verified. That doesn't make any sense. It's like you should have kept paying people for reels, the content creators, since you're making all this extra money now off this verification checks. It don't make sense. It's like, that's like some greedy ass shit way.
That's a money grab.
It's like, not only are we canceling these payments or these monetizations to these pages that are drawing in thousands and hundreds of thousands and even million views, now we're gonna start charging. We're gonna start making a subscription for the verification check, and we're gonna make more money on top of that. I think that's some greedy shit way. I think that's a bad look way. But then again, we're fucking slaves to this social media shit that
we have no choice.
We have no choice. They can do whatever the fuck they want, and we're still gonna be on their way.
Got no choice but to take it. You know what I mean? But I just been seeing so much of that, bro, and that's just where my energy was on it. To me, it's like, I don't give a fuck, to be honest.
I don't give a fuck either way.
You know,
I ain't gonna judge nobody. Like, just don't go on there explaining yourself. Like, just don't do that, because it's like no one deserves your explanation. I've seen people go up there and make a whole post of why they got their verification check. It's like, no one deserves that. You're paying that money up. That's your business. You're the one paying. If people were paying your verification check, then that's something else. But it's like, get your shit and keep it moving. No one. First of all, no one deserves an explanation, and at the end of the day, no one really gives a fuck way.
Yeah,
they're gonna judge you either way.
Yeah,
the people that are gonna judge, they're gonna judge you either way.
And to be honest, I've done, because you see so many posts, and then they're like, if you see anybody in March 2023 have a verification, they paid for it, and then there goes my monkey ass, seeing some new verification. Like, let me go to their page and go to their account information.
True.
Okay, March 20, you probably paid for it. But at the same time, I'm a lame ass motherfucker too for going and verifying your actual dates.
Imagine being that unlucky motherfucker that like really got verified on that day for free. Where like you just unlucky you got verified along with everyone else that's paying.
No, I've looked. This is funny, but I've looked at something. I was like, oh man, you paid for your shit, man. And then there goes my monkey ass again, going and look at their information, right? 2021, and I'm like, oh shit, no, you verified.
Official like a whistle, man.
But at the same time, the lame ones are the ones that are gonna waste energy talking shit, bro. And I've done it a couple times, and I went,
it's curiosity. Way, right? We're all curious.
Yeah, curious George. That's why I said monkey ass.
That's why we're all curious. Everyone on social media is curious. Way. That's why.
Oh, you're real curious. You want to try it out, suck it out.
Yo, man, social media is the devil, man. But like everyone's curious. Way. If you like, there's a reason why people are in the comments because we're curious of what other people are thinking. And then when someone says something really clever or someone says something really stupid or fucked up, what do? We click on their page and see who they are and what they're about. Curious. Way. That's all social media is. Way.
We talk a lot of shit, bro. Like. And I'm going to just bring this up because I just seen he had an interview, but I haven't watched it. Like Lil Bow Wow, right? Remember when Lil Bow Wow got caught fake flexing? Like he was on his private jet.
Oh, yeah.
And then as soon as he posted it, like, yo, I'm in the PJ about to fly out to whatever. And then somebody on the same plane riding regular General Pop took a picture of him, right? Yeah. He's like, yo, he's over here fake flexing. He's sitting right next to me or some shit. Anyways, que vergüenza, right? If that would happen to me, we're like, no mames,
Yeah.
That everybody, they even made a challenge, the Bow Wow challenge, everybody fake flexing type shit. But now what? Like people forget about that shit, dude. Yeah. It's like that's the internet. It's all entertainment, bro. People are like clowning on verification type shit, and a month from now, nobody's gonna give a fuck. Way.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Way. It's just what's gonna happen, way, But
like T.I. once said, man, if it ain't tricking if you got it, man.
That's really what it is, way. That's at the end of the day, that's really what it is, way.
It's like, yo, I got money to fucking spare. What you mad about? What I do with my $14.99?
Neta, way, is like.
Te valga verga, way.
At the end of the day, way, like that's what I'm saying. People don't deserve an explanation. At the end of the day, que les valga verga, way. Like don't worry about my $14.99. So don't judge me if you see me my personal verified at 500 followers.
Yo, I was thinking of that. I was like if my personal page, which I don't like post a lot on my posts, but if you see a blue check on that, I would expect people to be like, no mames, te la jalaste, pinche lazy.
Hey, but check this out though, way. I don't want to get too deep on this, way, but it's like I keep getting these different thoughts, way. But it's like for ads, right? Like let's say you're a business or you're anything. You're a rapper, you're a content creator, you're a comedian, whatever. Sometimes you have a really good post or you have something that you want to basically promote. What do? We pay that promotion, and it runs it through all people's pages that somehow feel like it should be.
It fits our genre of some sort.
So we pay that. We pay that money to for that ad or that promo. Well, that blue check is like a promo. If you really think about it, that's like it's a promo by itself because it's letting people know like, oh, he's that motherfucker's verified. He's sending a picture of his ID, and that's really that motherfucker. You know what I mean? So
went through the process,
spilled out that application, man.
You have to put your legal name on your face.
That's the fucked up part, bro. They should have you put your motherfucking legal ass name on there, bro. Like Juan Lopez. Yo, that takes away from
Margarita Fernandez. Like, dude, I shouldn't know this shit.
The fucking their IG name is Baby Doll and shit. Their real name Margarita Fernandez.
No. Sexy blue eyes.
See, that's what I'm saying. But that's part of humiliation. I bet you this is like a fucking when they do these
Like they're just
when they try
testing
out,
some shit.
I forgot the name of it, but it's like they just doing it. It's like a experiment. It's a fucking experiment to see how fucking brainwashed we are that we go along with all of this bullshit way. But moving it along, bro, way, because this shit's getting me a little excited and shit. But
shout out to the blue check gang.
Yo, shout out to everyone that got their blue checks on March 23rd, man.
And if people hate and tell them to suck a dick.
But since we're talking about some controversial shit, way, let's talk about that Bud Light, way. Bud Light's coming out with a can that's designed to like what you call it, support Pride Month, right? So I don't know if it's coming out before Pride Month or
I think it's out already because I seen some TikTok videos that they're showing like the
cans, right? That's like kind of funny, right? They're doing some funny shit with it.
Yeah, it's like they're LGBTQ, all that stuff. Cans, they have a rainbow. So they'll be like, man, I don't know what you guys are talking about, fucking drinking Bud Light, There's nothing wrong with it. I've been drinking this for years.
Yo, lazy. You're too good at that, man. But I seen people use the filter where they have like a wig. You know what I mean? They use the filter and it turns dudes into girls with the wig. And shit.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
So they're pretty funny. They're pretty creative way. So, I mean, it's okay to have a little fun with it. Way like, I mean, obviously things like this happen. It's gonna create a conversation around it. My initial thought, I ain't gonna lie, my initial thought was like, what does beer have to do with gender? Like at that, I've never saw it like that. I never picked up a case of beer and I said, this is the man beer, or this is like.
Well, beer is attached to like a man.
I think
you're off of a long day of work and be like, I need myself a beer, cold.
But I think that's back in the day way because nowadays you see more women drinking more beer than I don't know. I mean, I guess I never really paid that much attention to it, but you see, girls drink more beer now than I think they did in the past. Way at least that's my. That's
what you think, bro. They were stay-at-home women back then.
Yeah, you're right. They're probably drinking wine though. But it's like that was my initial thought, right? But then it's kind of like sometimes certain products put products out and say stuff like in support of the Latino Heritage Month, we're gonna do this cereal with this on it, or this beer. Usually you see it with Mexican beers anyway, so I don't really
boxing and soccer.
Yeah, so or like sometimes on TV you turn on like Netflix or Hulu and it'll be like, in support of Black History Month, we're showing these movies up front. So I get it, so it's like we can't say like that's cool, but don't do that. You know what I mean? So it's like we can't pick and choose. Obviously, there's somebody at Bud Light that might be part of that community that has the power to do shit like that, and you can't be mad at it either. If I was running a big ass company, believe me, a lot of Mexican shit would be coming out of that company. Right? You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I really don't give a fuck. Way to be honest, I've never liked Bud Light, but if you slap that rainbow on my Corona, I'd still be drinking it right now. Way me vale verga, way.
I'm sure you would, man.
I really don't care about that stuff, bro.
Me neither. Man.
I see people that do care about it and they're very passionate or emotional towards it. That's fine. You believe in what you believe in. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to lie. People have their beliefs and they're very in them. You know what I mean? Pause, since we're talking about Bud Light. They can't change it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to lie. If LGBTQ and the rainbow got on my Coronas, I would still go buy Coronas. That's what I drink. Modelos, that's what I drink. Slap it on there. I'm still going to drink what I drink.
I don't think people got so much against, and this is my thought, because, I mean, it'd be crazy to think that we're living in a time where people still got so much against, like, gay people. But it's like, I think they just got a thing about why is everything turning gay? You know what I mean? I feel like that's
gay.
I feel like that's the thought behind it. Like, it's kind of like, and this is what I hear around around there, you know.
Around the social media block.
Social
I know
media
you ain't
block.
outside, boy. You ain't outside.
Yo.
You're riding through fucking social media
Why-
boulevard.
why I gotta be outside for, man. I got a nice, comfortable crib, man. But that's the problem that a lot of people have. Is a lot of people feel like, why is everything turning gay? Why is everything got to be in support of gay community? And like, that's how they feel, right? At least that's my thought. But I did see a video of the Kid Rock. Do you see that video?
Oh, he shot up the whole case.
Yeah, he's like, man, I woke up kind of, I don't know what he said.
He said, "Grandpa, some shit."
Grandpa woke up, I don't know, like on that energy, whatever. And he put up like cases of Bud Lights, and he shot it like with, I don't know if it's like an AR-15 or AK.
Yeah,
Just kind of like just showing his
machista.
I mean, it's machista, but he's showing that he's not in support of what Bud Light's doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because again, there's people that feel that everything's just like everything everywhere you turn is like gay this, gay that, gay that. Which at the end of the day, man, adults have the right to do whatever the fuck you want to do. Because beer, how old you got to be to drink beer?
21.
So if you're 21, we shouldn't be worried about anything on on something that 21-year-olds are buying, because at that age, anyone should be able to do what the fuck they want to do.
Yeah.
Now, if you start putting things on yo, let's not get yo, we're about to get deep.
You're like, you put that shit on my cereal.
You start putting stuff on Capri Suns, you know, then it's a different story. But
yeah, and that's where we lie. You know what I mean? We gotta keep it 100 way.
Yeah, let's keep it 100 way.
I'm not with all this anti-gay shit. You know what I mean? I'm not with all this like fuck Bud Light. You know, I'm not with that, bro.
Yeah.
But then again, I am for protecting kids' childhood until I feel like they're at the age where they can make their own decisions. You know what I mean? And I don't want to get too deep in that because I didn't prepare this conversation for that.
Yeah.
But that's just where I lie. I'm not against it, but at least let's let the kids get to a certain point where nothing's getting where some people feel like it's getting forced on them. You know what I mean?
I think a lot of people, that's like a lot of people feel like that too. You know, like just like we're not against adults doing whatever they want to do in their lives. You know, not even personal lives, in their lives in general. But I guess, you know, when it comes to kids, that's where we kind of there's a line there.
Yeah, we're parents, bro. We got a job, bro, and I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. I'm gonna raise my kid the way I raise her. Way.
And I believe it's not just about like
Sexuality.
introducing like the gay and LGBTQ conversation to kids, but sexuality in general, like over sexualizing the kids. You know what I mean? Like you see that stuff everywhere sometimes, where like it's very questionable things that some parents are allowing their kids to be part of, and it's kind of like, oh, that's maybe a kid shouldn't be dressing like that, or maybe a kid shouldn't be singing those lyrics, or maybe a kid shouldn't be at a show like that, or maybe, you know what I mean? Like there's things that is like, we just draw the line where it comes to over sexualizing or even sexualizing anything around children. You know what I mean? Like,
period.
Let the kids be kids, man. You know, like, believe me, there's time for everything. Once you get in adults, man, you have more than enough time to do all that shit.
Yeah.
Let the kids enjoy the innocence of just being kids, man.
Yeah. And again, talking about the way that I do it, I'm not just talking about that. You know, I'm talking about hip hop music. I don't do crazy stuff like that. There ain't no music videos that are sexualized, period. I ain't watching no gory or violence movies in front of my, like, that's just the thing. It's not just gay or LGBTQ stuff that I'm like, no, she's not ready. It's everything that I feel like my kid's not ready for, you know, and that's my decision. Once she gets to a certain age where she's gonna make her own decisions, that's her, bro. And then as parents, we gotta support our kids, way, you know, and that's the process that I want to take with my daughter, way. I don't want to introduce anything sooner than it needs to be. You know what I mean? And that's just the way that I feel.
Just like back in our times, it was popular for the dads to give their little kids a little sip of beer. You know, it was popular for the tios to give the kids a sip of beer. I ain't down with that shit either. You know, that whole little sip of beer, like, even, I don't know, man. You know, it's just like, it's just little things like that is like, don't do things that your kid has no fucking option but to do what the fuck you're doing. You're placing beer in their mouth, alcohol in their mouth. That ain't. Some people think that's funny. I don't think that's funny, man. But,
you know, and I'm gonna just take it a little step further. That is gonna seem a little scary to some folks, but we've known people. I've known multiple people that their dads put like porn for them to watch. You know, as kids.
yeah.
Para que se hicieran hombres, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with beer. It's like, para que este sí va a ser hombre, you know? Wait, that's wrong. That's wrong as fuck too, bro.
Yeah.
So it's not one thing that we're against or one thing that we're for. It's just let the kids be kids because you're gonna damage. And I'm just talking about damaging on the last thing that I said. Like those old school dads that did that, you know, like, man, dude, like those dudes themselves will tell me like, bro, that was crazy that they did that shit. You know what I mean?
That'd be weird as fuck.
Right. So I'm just saying, man, like that's where we stand on it. I ain't against nothing. There's a time and place for everything.
But it's good to be honest, way. It's good to be honest, way. Sometimes we do like to filter some shit, way, but we do gotta be honest about certain things because that's the world we live in now.
Yeah.
We gotta we gotta be real about shit, man. But talking about rainbows, man, you know, and not in no disrespectful way, but you know, 6ix9ine, yo, lazy. I know I didn't make you snorkel like that, bro. I ain't that funny, bro.
I don't know, way.
What's it called?
You said it in a cute manner.
This way. 6ix9ine, bro. He's been trending, bro. Like this past week, I seen him do like a round of interviews. Right, he's just been popping up on every Latino podcast that
Latin America
that I've never heard of, like a bunch of you know podcasts in Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, I don't know, all over the place. And
6ix9ine is canceled in the United States mainstream market.
I don't think he's canceled. Way
I think he is, bro.
I think
I think his next move was to move to the Latino market. Way.
Well, yeah. Well, we're gonna talk about that, but like, how do you think about a Spanish way? Because there's a lot of motherfuckers that say 6ix9ine ain't a real Mexican, bro. That 6ix9ine can probably speak better Spanish than them, bro.
Yeah, 6ix9ine Spanish is it's mixed.
It's a little choppy way, but
no, I'm saying it's more like mixed. It's like Mexican, Puerto Rican, and like city Spanish
and New Yorker Spanish,
right? But can you understand them? Yeah, like fuck, I'm surprised.
Yeah. I was surprised with the Spanish. Like, to hold a whole interview in Spanish and get caught up on the. Sometimes I'm like, he got caught up on the same words I would get caught up on, bro. I'm like,
you guys can relate to each other, huh?
yeah, on certain things, bro.
Tú eres chota.
So he's making his rounds, and you know he's telling his story. And a lot of people are having a lot of sympathy for him. You know, they're
that Gordo y la Flaca was a good move.
I think El Gordo y la Flaca was set it off. You know, it's like
Lily La Flaca, that's her, right?
Yeah,
she like loves the dude.
Yeah. She was. This is crazy way. Like, I feel like. And mi gente, just be patient with us, yo. Because
ahora sí, mi gente.
No, because sometimes
aguante.
Yo, there's some people, bro, that they just hear 6ix9ine and they just blood starts boiling. But it's like, let's have the conversation. Like, let's not be scared to have a conversation. It's like,
fuck that rat. I said that for the real cats that are listening. Fuck that rat, like, homie.
People can sit and listen about Trump like for an hour.
Fuck him too, homie.
But then you hear 6ix9ine is like, fuck that Rata Holmes. But it's like, let's just have a conversation, because this is some real life shit that's happening right now in the culture, you know. So I feel like he's telling his story. A lot of people in Spanish, where a lot of Latinos before couldn't fully understand what was happening. They had an idea because of certain posts that people shared, and then they would translate it. But when you're hearing it in your language straight up, people are like, oh shit, like, now I understand why he did that. And you know what? He actually sounds like a good guy. You know, like he's a very passionate guy. I actually feel bad for the things that he's gone through in life. You know, and it's like,
muchacho ha tenido una vida muy difícil.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are saying, right? So
that's what I'm saying. He's move to Latin American market way because I look at the comments, bro, and there's some señoras, bro. I'm talking about doñas up in here.
Señoras are the best followers, bro.
Neta way, and they do paragraphs way. But we're talking about doñas from Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Mexico, all of Latin America, bro. Doñas came out like, antes no entendía ese muchacho, pero en esta entrevista se ve muy humilde.
Se ve muy simpático ese
Ay,
muchacho.
ese muchacho, que Dios lo bendiga. Le deseo toda la suerte y success, yo.
No, but this is what I realized, bro. Because check this out. If I'm correct, bro, I feel like I remember that Gordo de la Flaca had posed certain bad posts towards 6ix9ine before.
I don't remember that.
All these other podcasts that he went on in the Latin America, people have come out.
Oh, yeah.
Putting out the shit that they were actually talking about 6ix9ine.
I said chota.
Yeah, before. And now they're like, oh, you guys were saying all this, and now you guys have him on your podcast, and look how excited you guys are. So it's like a lot of people do that, and then in the presence of this dude, 6ix9ine, people start getting like starstruck with. Like they let something takes over him with. They start acting like fans with.
He's charismatic as fuck way.
He is a charismatic dude. You know what I mean? We gotta acknowledge that.
Pause on the as fuck. I didn't have to say charismatic as fuck.
Yeah, you like that shit, huh?
Pause.
But anyways, so getting back to the music part of it though. So this all's happening after he got jumped. And then he went to Cuba, did his video. Now he did his whole round of interviews, which obviously is a strategic because you're getting in the faces and in the ears of a lot of Latin America, which there's songs in Spanish. So obviously that's your target audience. The song got like, I don't know, 4 million views in the first day or something like that.
Yeah, it's crazy numbers, way.
And in 5 days that I seen, he had 12 million views.
Oh, damn.
In 5 days, he has 12 million views. But this is the crazy part. His song is the #1 trending song in the world.
The world?
The world, bro.
Todo el mundo.
Todo way. You know? So it's like, that's the part where I'm just like, okay, like, how is it that this Mexican kid, I know he's Puerto Rican, but to me, I don't know, he represents...
No, give him his respect.
All
Boricua. Bori.
All right, this
Bori.
Mexican Puerto Rican
The song
kid.
is called Bori.
But that's his homie. If you watch the interview, that's
I don't
his,
look
that's
at
his homie.
rats. I don't watch rats. Fucking.
You didn't watch the Ninja Turtles, man?
No, fuck the ninja. Fuck Splinter.
Hey, Master Splinter be spitting some gems, bro.
Shit, for rats.
No way, my kid loves that show, but some people might might relate, but like, bro, Master Splinter is like the sensei, right?
Sensei of rats?
And he be like giving them all this like advice, bro, gems on cartoon way. But anyways, where was I at? Oh yeah, so he's #1 trending in the world. So it's like, it's crazy how it's like so many people hate him, but how is it that this Mexican Puerto Rican kid is the only Mexican Puerto Rican kid
Has ever done it.
that's doing it and has done it? Like, there's a lot of other talented people that we support. You know, there's a lot of talented Mexican rappers that we support. There's even like on the East Coast side, like Pitbull, Daddy Yankee. I'm sure Daddy Yankee and Pitbull have been trending #1 in their careers. But it's
For
like this
sure.
kid that's hated way. This kid that people just see his face and their blood starts boiling. This kid is doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because they got people like you sharing his video on their page.
Yo, lazy.
Dude, you're supporting this
Yo,
fucking
lazy,
guy.
man. It's podcast purposes, bro.
What the fuck is wrong with you supporting this animal?
Podcast purposes, man. But then, you know, listen to his interview, man, because I only listened to one full one because obviously after that it's going to be a lot of similar shit. But he shared this one part where he talks about how he holds the record for the most viewed hip hop video in 24 hours, bro.
Oh, for real?
Yes, way. So it's like now again,
It's like that?
it's like that way. Now and again, I'm saying a Mexican Puerto Rican kid holds the record, and no one is acknowledging that. Like I know he ratted, I know whatever, but it's like no one.
That's a big thing. Don't try to just brush it like say it like it's nothing. I know he ratted and you know all that stuff. Like
He told on a few bad apples. No, but it's like I know he ratted and everything way, but it's like bro, he did these numbers without no push from a big fucking label. He did these numbers
Yeah.
without being playlisted. He did these numbers
Spotify.
while being supposedly canceled by the culture, by the hip hop culture, by the industry way. Like, how do you do these numbers with all that against you? Way?
I don't know. Way. You're right.
Somebody
bro.
support. That's what I'm saying. Like you say, like only Latin America support him, but he broke these records and he holds these records in his English songs. Way.
Yeah.
So in the songs that he's holding these records in, when he got out of jail, right, and he did that, he went live, right. He actually holds the record for the most viewers on a live
2 million
on
right?
an Instagram live. Yeah, 2 million viewers. But then he dropped that song Gooba. That song within 24 hours it got 43 million views. Way.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. I probably gave him 20 views.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was pretty hard.
So it's like, and then he broke his own record. Like he set that record, and then he broke his own record when he came out with Nicki Minaj. When
Ya
he did that.
mama se la wey.
I'm sharing the fucking information, Wayne.
Let us know how that rat dictates.
Yo. Yo, lazy. Why you gotta do me like that, man? I'm becoming a journalist out here, man. People want to see us be journalists.
Sound
Wayne.
like a whole stand.
No way. I'm saying way. He broke his own record when he came out with the song with Nicki Minaj, Trolls. They did 46 million in 24 hours, bro.
Damn.
So it's like, I know motherfuckers hating way, but it's like we can't deny the fact on certain things. Just like we even admit shit with Trump, right? There's some things about we hate Trump, right? But can that motherfucker do some shit sometimes, or say some shit, or go viral off some shit that we gotta acknowledge? Like that motherfucker knows how to create controversy and start trending and shit, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, so yeah, that's one thing. That's one thing that we acknowledge. I'm not saying we have to acknowledge, but I'm saying like we can't ignore. But this is another thing that I wanted to show you, Way, because I think this is another crazy ass thing that a lot of people might go over their head, or it's just like a lot of people are out here. It's not like you need to know this in life, Way, but I'm just saying like
This sounds like it's gonna be life changing.
no, I just want to say, because this is actually pretty fucking crazy, Way.
I see it. Way.
This motherfucker, bro, he has 2 songs that have been played over 1 billion. That has over 1 billion views. Way.
2 songs together or different, separately?
2 separate songs that have over 1 billion views.
I think only Justin
You see,
Bieber has done that.
You see how you breathe? You took a deep breath like that. Your panties just got wet. I was like, that's the sound of panties getting moist right there, bro.
I need to use the restroom, please.
So let me name them, bro. So the song he came out with Nicki Minaj, the first one called Fifi, he got 1 billion views in 4 years.
Damn.
1 billion. And then the song he did with Anuel called Bebe got 1.3 billion views. Way.
Damn.
So that's 1,300,000,000.
Something like that.
I don't even that's crazy numbers.
Shit made you go cross-eyed.
I'm just saying, Way, like
we get it, Smiley. You love the fucking guy.
I'm not saying I love the guy. I'm just saying like we gotta just acknowledge that it's just crazy numbers that he's putting out, bro. I'm not condoning none of the snitch and stuff. I'm not saying none of that, Way. But if you just look at the music, at the career wise, and the numbers that he's putting, it's fucking crazy, bro. So he had a conversation on one of the podcasts, bro. I caught a clip, and he's talking about why is it that Latinos can't go mainstream like that, right?
Yeah.
And obviously he's trying to flex at the same time, because he knows that he's a canceled mainstream artist, but he's mainstream,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, he is.
So he challenged the dudes on that podcast to name 10 mainstream Latino artists in the hip hop game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And them dudes they started throwing out names where I'm not gonna lie, Way. You throw that question on me, that's just hard. That's a hard question, Way.
I was like, cut. Let me get a list going over here, right? We ain't doing this on the spot. There was like 6 dudes right there, right?
Yeah, bro. And they came out with like 5 names, and 6ix9ine was like even allowing someone that didn't even qualify to get in their Way. So
You gonna name the ones they said?
so I'm gonna name some of the ones that they mentioned. They mentioned Fat Joe. They mentioned Cardi B. They mentioned Ice Spice. Well, I had no idea Ice Spice was half Latina. They mentioned Nori. They forgot Big Pun, which is crazy to me.
Yeah. That's fucked up.
And then they mentioned the Beatnuts, which 6ix9ine didn't know who they were. Even though he's from New York, you should know who they are. But I ain't gonna lie, I've never listened to the Beatnuts.
They have one dope song, and I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "You guys ain't about the culture. You don't know about the Beatnuts." They got one. They got one classic song.
What's it called?
I don't know.
Damn. I'll give you 10K right now if you name that song.
Uptown.
Yeah.
No, look it up. Look it up. Look it up.
I ain't gonna help you.
No, look it up.
I ain't gonna help you.
Look it up.
I ain't gonna help you against my bet.
This fool. I'll look it up right now.
But yeah, man. So, and then we put up the post. People were coming out with people were putting out artists that they feel like are mainstream in the Latino world, and I feel like they're famous in our community way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like they named Acquid. Yeah, Acquid is big in our community. They named MB Riders. MB Riders is big in our community. I think someone mentioned Little Rob. Some people mentioned, they were mentioning rappers like that. SPM, Frost.
No, they don't got no song called Uptown Way.
I told you, way.
It's not like you had 10K to give anything.
So it's like people were naming artists like that. Which, don't get me wrong, like those are my top artists.
What artist? My bad.
They were naming like Little Rob, Frost, SPM, MB Riders, Baby Bash, artists. Like Chicano rappers, Latino rappers with Latino Chicano descent. That I see him as the greats. I see him as legends. I see him as man. They're on my top list. That's for sure. But it's like mainstream. Like to say that they're mainstream in America, like we can't say that. Because to me, mainstream is someone that's getting played on the radio, someone that was getting played on MTV when you got home from when we got home from school. What was that show? MTV, where they were hanging out like in Times Square and you could see out that window.
Total or Top, I forget what the fuck it was called.
I forgot what it was called, but it's like they put the top 10 videos.
Yeah,
that's mainstream. Mainstream is you walk down the street, you tell somebody, hey man, you do you know who 50 Cent is? Yeah, I know who 50 Cent is. He's a mainstream artist. You ask someone, hey, do you know who Ja Rule is? Yep. Do you know who?
How you gonna say Ja Rule after 50 Cent?
Yeah, that's what came up. You ask someone who Tupac is. Yeah, you ask someone who Big is. Those are mainstream household names. You ask someone who Snoop is, another one, right? If you walk down the street and you ask somebody, hey, do you know who Kid Frost is?
They're gonna be, hell yeah.
If they're Mexican, they should know.
Raza,
if they're Mexican, they should know. But if you ask a white or black person, the chances of them knowing is slim.
Very slim.
And that's, to me, that's what mainstream is. People that are getting that type of radio play, MTV play, which that used to be bigger back in the day.
Radio play and people knowing them being a household name is it's a good sign of being a mainstream artist.
Yeah.
But what a lot of people have to understand is like numbers. Like even before Spotify, like Spotify will let you know all of your artists like monthly listening numbers. For anybody that wants to take the time to Spotify your artist profile and go see how many people listen to them a month, and then compare that to, let's just say, any other mainstream person, you're gonna see a difference. You know what I mean? And that's the thing, that it's like we think that one of our artists is mainstream because we think they're the dopest, and in our community, that's the guy or that's the artist. But when you start comparing numbers and the difference are in the 20s and 30s and millions, then that's where we have a little bit of an issue as far as being a worldwide artist way.
Yeah, I think people from all over the world need to listen to you, and people from different backgrounds need to listen to you. Even if you were like mainstream, just like in America, but like different backgrounds need to know about you. You know what I mean? Like white people need to be like, yo, that motherfucker's hard, or white people or black people like, yo, that's just hot. That's mainstream when everyone can listen to you and be like, that's just hot. You know what I mean? Yeah. And one of the one, you know, they did, like I said, they mentioned Fat Joe. That's obviously one. Big Pun's another one. Cardi B's another one. Then they mentioned Nori. But
I don't see Nori as being a Latino artist way.
I think Nori kind of had more on the Latino side when his career was kind of like going down.
But I feel like a Latino artist is a person that has a big Latino background and influence. You know what I mean? It's like,
But it doesn't have to be that.
I know
way.
it doesn't have to be like that, but I see Nori being able to slip through the cracks and doesn't have to let people know he's Latino. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? A lot of people that probably listened to Nori back when he was with Capone and them dropping them hot mixtapes that I've never heard. My bad, but I used to be on West Coast hip hop.
You know, Tupac said, "Don't rock with the East Coast,"
And we follow lead.
We obeyed.
So I don't think Nori was back in those days talking about Puerto Rican, Puerto Rock, or all that stuff, right?
We don't know that.
We don't know that, but I'm just thinking. There, like Big Pun, he couldn't hide the fact that he was Latino.
Yeah.
Fat Joe can't hide the fact that he's Latino. Those artists right there, they gotta be real deal type of dudes to break through onto the market. You know what I mean? Like, it's hard way. It's really hard.
I think it's hard, but I feel like you need to do it yourself because ain't no one and I'm talking like even for the artists now, like you need to have that work ethic yourself, and you need to be relentless yourself that you're gonna burst yourself through to that other side. Like we can't wait around for somebody's cosign. We can't wait around for a white person's cosign or a black person's cosign to be like, yup, you're dope. And now it's like, yeah, we told you guys he was dope. Thanks for telling him now we got one. It's like, nah, you need to be so dope that everyone else wants to come and join this party.
Yeah.
And that's how, do it that way. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like for so many years and so many things, we like in our, and I'm going to talk about our community, right? Because that's our community. Like we do some dope shit, and sometimes when someone from the outside gives us some type of validation, we take that validation a lot more valuable than our own people saying something like, "Man, you guys are dope." If a black person comes out, man, you can spit, bro. We were like, yo, he knows what he's talking about because he's black, bro. He knows about rap, But it's like it just goes back like that. So we got to stop looking for other people's validations, and we got to just break ourselves through. Like, again, I feel like if 6ix9ine can fucking do the numbers he's doing, there should be nothing that could stop these other guys that are very talented in the West Coast.
No, that's facts.
That is like, I think once people stop trying to be very regional and like segregated with barrios and colors and all that, I think that's what's really gonna help. Because if you're so stuck into your neighborhood and your color and what set you rep, it's gonna divide us. It's gonna divide the support because obviously we all know what comes along with all that. But,
I think everybody just got to be their authentic and genuine self way. You know what I mean? It's like even now in the podcast game, bro. What big Latino is in the big hip hop market for podcasts? We're gonna say Nori and DJ, his boy.
Damn, I forgot his name.
Yeah,
the Cuban dude,
the Cuban guy. They're the Latino dudes.
Drink Champs.
You know what I mean? Other than that, who else is a voice for hip hop that's Latino?
Well, I mean, we got the West Coast ones. You got the Rodium Radio. You got American Cholo.
Let's talk mainstream way.
Mainstream.
I'm talking mainstream. Yeah, all those people are dope. Rodium, American Cholo, they're dope as hell. But they're mostly in our community way.
Yeah.
That goes back to the people that said that these artists were mainstream artists. Who did we just say? Drink Champs. Mm-hmm. They're mainstream.
Yeah.
They're and we're not just saying it because we think it. They're like always bouncing around top 1 to top 3 in the hip hop podcast game.
Their views, they're like, they average like 1 million views.
Yeah.
Like between 700K to 1 million views if not more.
There's
right?
one more Latino person that's a voice for hip hop.
Who's that?
Angie Martinez.
Oh yeah. But she's like a radio show, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than those two, I don't see another voice for hip hop with a Latino hosts or people involved.
You're right, but I think it's coming the way.
It's coming, but that's what I mean though. Angie Martinez is herself. You know what I mean? Drink Champs, they're themselves. They're not trying to like switch up and just what do you call that when you want to just
blend in
or like make content for a certain type of people.
Yeah.
They're just making hip hop content and people fuck with them. You know what I mean? Obviously Nori, he's a dude that the culture just rocks with, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's legendary rapper. He's a legendary dude, legendary figure from the East Coast. But I think with more Latinos starting podcasts and radio stations and stuff like that, we're bound to be able to come up and be at that voice of hip hop without anybody questioning us.
Yeah. And like I said, it's like, that's why it's dope to see people coming out with podcasts. It's like, like I said, we see Rodeo Radio doing his thing. We see American Cholo do his thing. And American Cholo at first started more with like the prison talk and the gang talk and having guests that had that kind of background. And then he slowly kind of stepped into like getting rappers on and giving rappers a platform to show their freestyle, their talent. Now we got Mr. Criminal just started a podcast, which I think is dope. Yeah. And we're going to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah. Hood Stocks is another dude that
Hood Stocks. And there's a few, man, and they're more on that genre, right? But then we got people that we rock with, we got Chicano Shuffle out there, doing their thing, and we do our thing, and we're like we're like in a different space. As far as us, we're like, we talk of hip hop, but we also talk of our personal lives and where we can grow as individuals, right?
Yeah.
And it's just different conversations that we have. But it helps to grow as a podcast community, as a Latino podcast community. We forgot one. It's the Brown Bag.
Oh, Brown Bag.
They're doing their thing. And it's like
Chicano Style TV, man. They're big. He's a big hip hop. I feel like he's necessary in the game. You know what I mean?
I think he's up north too.
And shout out to Jay Vaz in Texas holding.
Oh yeah, you're right. So we love to give props to everybody, man, because like I said, we said from the beginning, the more people that are in this is we just build up this community and we just build up this genre
powerhouse
and it's like we definitely got to look at each other as motivation, because it's like when we see people do their thing, it makes us want to do our thing even better, and it's vice versa. We can't, everyone can't say that they don't look at other people's platforms and be like, damn, they're doing their thing over there. Or, damn, I like what they're doing over there.
They're doing it proper.
And we almost forgot one. Shout out to ODM. The Blockout podcast. He's doing his thing.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's like we all bring our own thing to the table. You know what I mean? And it's just dope to see people doing their thing, man, and representing the culture at the end of the day, because it's like that's how we get to hear these stories, because there's stories that Mr. Criminal and King Lil G are going to be able to have that King Lil G won't have with anybody else but him, because they come from that same struggle. They come from the same challenges of being Latino Chicano rappers, and it's just a conversation that they're going to bring out of each other that no one else can bring out of, and that's what's dope about even rappers stepping into this podcast game, because it's like we get a different angle of a conversation. You know what I mean?
We want to listen to these conversations.
Yeah. Man, so the more of that we get away is the more that we're gonna start seeing these numbers. Because these dudes are doing good numbers. And it's like we see we never talked about the Adam 22, but Adam 22 for a minute he was doing his thing. I know he had a bunch of drama going on over on that side, but it's like, what is Adam 22 doing that a Chicano or Mexicano from California can't do?
Yeah, that's true.
He's right. They're all there in the same area. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's different. Like we have challenges because we are here in Minnesota. Obviously, we can't interview people face to face. Yeah. But it's like if people are there already, like what's stopping them from being able to be that is the support from other people, because the same people that are watching, let's say, American Cholo, are watching Drink Champs. You know what I mean? But there's more people. There's probably more Latinos watching Drink Champs than that are watching American Cholo. Once you start directing people, like, oh shit, like we got something going on over here too. Like we're not saying don't support that over there. We're not saying don't watch Drink Champs.
Yeah.
But after you're done over there, just
Yeah.
take a swing by over here. Check out what we doing.
Add it to your list.
Yeah, so it's things like that, and obviously we trying to step up our YouTube channel. You know, we getting more and more consistent on this. A lot of this shit's new to us. You know, like dropping consistent videos on YouTube, and then trying to stay active on social media. We learning as we go, and people that follow us, they can see that we.
I see what you guys tried there.
Yeah, people that are really following us like that can see us working, shooting our shot.
It's in the making type
Yeah,
shit.
we shooting our shots out here. It's like and
lo que funciona, let's do it again. What it ain't, trash that or make it better.
It's like it's just what it is, man. We shooting our shot, and we can't be scared to shoot our shot. 'Cause that's how things start. But it's like the moral of the story is like it's dope to see more Latinos stepping into this podcast game because we need that, and we already said the reasons why. But
because I do try to add, I do try to watch a lot of these other platforms way. You know what I mean? I rock with all the homies way. So especially when I see like they have a guest that I want to listen to their interview. Boom, I'm checking in way, and I love to see these dudes platforms and conversations way because. We might be content creators, but we're still fans and supporters at the end of the day. Way.
And like we said from day one, I will never be too proud to say I'm still a fan of a lot of the artists, a lot of the everyone that I listened to or watched or anything that I supported. I'm still a fan. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's one thing that we can't ever be too proud to admit. Like, man, you make dope music, or you're a dope comedian, or you're a dope actor, like we got to continue that. But yeah, man, moving it along, bro. But before I move it fully along, I just did want to say one more little point because we were talking about when 6ix9ine was talking about like Latino mainstream rap artists. I think like what he was, one of the points that he was trying to say is like the labels right away put you in a box where if you're Latino, they want you to rap in Spanish. They want you to come with that reggaeton vibe, that salsa vibe, that
mamacita, bonita, tequila, chiquita.
We've seen so many dope rappers, dope artists that are dope in their own thing, and then they get signed to a big label, and then they start coming up with these weird songs that are, you can tell that they want to make them catchy, but they say that same old thing, mamacita and señorita, and it's kind of like, nah, bro, like keep it. Once people start kind of conforming to what other people want, that's when that shit don't go. But but like he was saying, like they put Latinos in the box. They put they want them to make them sound a certain way. But then again, the people supporting ain't all there. You know what I mean? I've heard conversations, and we're going to talk about this podcast with Mr. Criminal and King Lil G, where they say that when they drive by like concerts. Moreno concerts, right? Like let's say YG, that the majority of the people, that the majority of the fans that are going to see these shows are Mexican.
Yeah.
So it's like, and they're saying like, damn, like imagine if that's how people were coming out for us, like it would be crazy, right? So at the end of the day, if we want to see mainstream anything, mainstream rap artists, mainstream singers, mainstream podcasters, mainstream TV shows, the support starts from within. You know what I mean? We can't be calling out other people to support when we ain't fully supporting ourselves, man. But
I get that. But do you go support music you don't like? Obviously, they're going to go see YG because he's a mainstream artist. He probably has a lot of, I shouldn't say probably, he has a lot of dope songs. And that's just kind of where it's almost like that influential thing. It's like that's where we're at tonight. What's popping tonight? Oh man, YG's in town. How do we get to the point where it's like, what's popping tonight? especially in these cities like L.A., Los Angeles area. Um, those should be they should be filling the venues like that. You know what I mean?
For everything, for rap, for comedy, for
I think
events.
I think the comedy game is good on that end.
No, I think it's getting better, but I
getting
don't think it's
better?
always been like that.
Okay.
But it's like it just goes back to what we talked about before, where we got to start seeing ourselves as superstars. We got to start seeing ourselves as talented. We got to start seeing ourselves as gifted, because sometimes we can't see a brown man or woman as being a gifted, talented superstar. We're just like, she reminds me of my cousin, or man, that my cousin, I grew up listening to him, or my cousin idolizes him, but I don't think he's that dope.
Yeah.
Because we just see ourselves or your cousin in them or someone in them.
Is it kind of that thing like he's kind of faking it? He ain't like that, or we didn't grow up like that, or we don't act like that.
It could be a little bit of everything, man. But I think, like I said, support starts from within, and I think once that starts going, then we're gonna see a lot of us blow up a lot faster, or a lot more, I should say, or at least once, I should say. But moving it along, man. Like we had mentioned, Mr. Criminal, he started a podcast. I believe it's just called Mr. Criminal Live or something like that.
Yeah.
And he had Kino G on there as a guest, and then he also had Young Drummer Boy. One cool thing about it is that they squash their beef. We've said it before. We've been fans of King Lil G for a minute, and been fans of Young Drummer Boy. And the way we heard of them is back in the day. We saw them both working together, dropping mixtapes together, dropping videos together, doing music together, and we thought they were a dope team. They dropped dope music together, and then like along the way, we just started noticing like, oh shit, like they ain't dropping music together no more. And then obviously till this day we don't, they didn't share why they fell off, but it looks like they went on there, they squashed their beef, which is a good thing. Hopefully they get back together
Separately though, in separate episodes. We haven't seen them in the studio together. We haven't seen them shake up or anything like that. But
I think it's a start.
As far as publicly, they said there ain't no beef, and they're willing to work with each other.
And that's cool, man. I think that's a good thing, man. Like, when you can squash it, it's dope when you can squash it. You know what I mean? If it ain't that serious, then squash it, right?
Yeah.
But a good thing about it is that hopefully they get back together and make some dope music that like they used to, right? But one thing that I wanted to talk about was King Lil G on this interview. He was talking about how he's planning on creating a music festival for nothing but Latino artists, kind of like a Rolling Loud style festival, but for all Latino artists. Which he talked about, like Mr. Criminal pulling up and doing the show. Him, Drummer Boy, and the other artist, what was that? D-Baby
from Texas.
Snow the Product.
Snow definitely is a festival artist.
Yep. So doing a festival like that for Latinos, bro. I think that'll be a hit, bro. I think that'll be a major hit. I think we're ready for something like that way. I think if they plan it in so advanced, bro, I'm sure people would even travel for some shit like that.
Okay. And I want to talk about that. I want to talk about a Latino, Chicano, Mexican rap festival, right? But
okay,
when you mentioned Rolling Loud, I just pulled up what Rolling Loud lineup looks like. We got Travis Scott, Lil Baby, Lil Wayne, Saweetie, Polo G, Kodak Black, Freddie Dredd, Lil Yachty, Playboi Carti, Lil Uzi Vert, Kevin Gates, Blueface, The Baby, Tyga, Currency, and Duke Deuce. Those are just the first names that they gave up.
There's not one Latino on that.
There's not one Latino. Man, there's a shit ton of other names, but I still don't see not one Latino. But you know what I do see on a lot of these names, these are big fucking artists,
They're big artists, but like I said, that they're mainstream artists, right?
Yeah.
And like we were talking about earlier, there's mainstream artists for America and the world, and then there's mainstream artists for our community. Yeah. So for our community, if King Lil G, Mr. Criminal, and I'm not like nowadays, I'm not Mr. Capone's biggest fan, right? But he can pull a crowd. You know what I mean?
Low.
So it's like you grab people like that, Drummer Boy. You grab I mean, I would definitely get some dudes like the Mexican OT and Peso involved, and Cap G involved, and Snow the Product. You add Snow the Product in the mix, man. It's gonna be crazy. With it.
Why? Because she's bringing the white folks.
She's bringing everybody with.
She is bringing. But check this out though.
Get Fools Gone Wild to host it. It's going crazy way.
What do we need for a successful festival like Kilo G's talking about? We got to talk about some ingredients that it needs, right? We don't just need the same crowd. Like, look, I heard them mention, I heard Kilo G mention, I can fill up a venue. Mr. Criminal, you can fill up a venue. This person can fill up a venue. We just put it all together and we got this popping, right? I'm just keeping it real from my perspective, from my angle, from where I'm seeing things. A lot of your fans are his fans. You know, you're talking about a lot of the same group of people. We need to add a different, we need to add a different variety that's going to bring other people than the normal.
Well, I mean, I think Snow the Product fans are different than Kino G fans.
No, yeah, that's for sure.
Fans. I think even Kino G and Mr. Criminal have different types of fans.
They're gonna have very similar.
Like Money Suede and Peso, they're younger, so they're gonna have a younger fans.
No, definitely.
If they add OGZ to the mix, he's gonna bring a whole different set of fans. Like as long as you bring it'll be. I mean. It's weird when you're just saying like keep it Latino, because now we sound like we trying to segregate or discriminate, but it's like Jeezy would bring a big crowd. What about 6ix9ine?
No, he's not. He's definitely not invited.
He's not invited to the carne asada, bro.
No,
but it's like,
crucify that man.
What's it called? But yeah, you bring artists like that, bro. I think that thing will be successful, bro.
Yeah.
You never know. You start adding reggaeton artists to the mix, bro. Now you got Latin rap, reggaeton, and trap, bro. You start like, let's just say this, because Kino G did say he would bring Hera Mex, That will bring a crowd, bro. Bring Aleman, bring Santa Fe Clan, bring Yos Bones. Bring Secan. You bro, I'm telling you.
What about your mans?
Which one?
The one you seen naked.
Babo?
Yo, the whole Babo.
He'll bring all the ladies to the playground, bro. But it's like you do all that, bro.
Now we're talking.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
now we're talking.
Because that'll be a big ass festival, bro. Like rap in Mexico right now, bro. I feel like they on top of their game right now. They're in their prime, bro.
And what if you add somebody like DJ Dioro? That Vato's Mexican, right?
Yeah.
Throwing shit like that, bro. That's a festival.
That's a multi-day festival we talking about now.
We talking Mexican hip hop.
Send some free tickets this way, man. We pull up, man.
Shit, we talk about it, be about it. Advertise it. Smiley will shake his ass a little bit.
But Lazy go on the tour bus with Babo and shit.
No, I'm missing.
Get full details of his.
Look at the face you made.
Full details of his genitals.
The face you made.
Lazy be like, he has 5 pearls.
Somebody did hit us up. I'm not gonna give his name out because I ain't no snitch. But he said he got 1 pearl in his way.
Damn, you seen that shit, bro?
No, he said it. Way. He's like, I ain't gonna lie, homie, I got 1. And I was like,
man,
I didn't want to joke. Like, only 1 fin on me? What's up, homie? Can't put no more pearls up in there.
Stay away.
But check this out. Yeah, now we're talking about Mexican hip hop. Latino hip hop trap, because it doesn't have to just be Mexican.
We can't forget about Mr. Little One. Mr. Little One actually just did a Chicano rap festival in San Diego.
He did a Chicano rap festival?
Yeah.
I thought he wasn't a Chicano rapper though. We're not gonna go there. We got love for the homie.
I ain't got all the answers, Lazy. But it's like, I mean, at least that's what I think it was called. But it's like, his shit looks successful. His shit look
Yeah,
dope.
yeah,
And he
yeah.
made his rounds on news stations. Like he's getting business savvy, bro.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
bro, I'm telling you, this shit could be a success. Wait,
Okay, so we're talking about Latin hip hop, Chicano rap, whatever you want to call it. Doesn't really fucking matter at the end of the day, because mainstream sees us. Whoever knows, they just put us in a Latin rap box. We just know that. Then you add rap from Mexico and Latin America. You know, there's some dope ass artists over there, way.
yeah.
And then you add some DJs that are fucking crazy. DJ Dioro, and I'm sure there's another one.
Even that young girl, Davila.
Oh, come on now.
Bro, I'm telling you, wait,
That's a festival right there.
that's a festival.
Yeah, I'll fucking fly out there, way. King Lil G, send us some tickets, way.
Shit,
Smiley will shake his little ass for you.
We'll interview people on the spot, man. Yo, I'm telling you, that could be a avenue for a lot of people. That'll be an avenue for artists. That'll be an avenue for people to culture. Avenue for podcasters, man. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much that can come out of that.
Yeah,
And-
because at festivals you even have people that pull up with shops, selling their merch, selling shirts, selling all that stuff, bro. So a festival, the festivals that we've all been to, you have people. There's multiple stages. There's multiple slightly genres, you could say. You know, we've been to some where it's completely reggaeton. There's been some banda. There's been some reggaeton. There's been, you know, all that shit.
You said reggaeton twice, bro.
I did. I love reggaeton. I love me some Bad Bunny.
I bet you do.
No, my man.
Oh, and I can imagine the food, bro. We like I'm part of this shit now. I'm gonna hit King Lil G up tomorrow. Yeah, I got an idea for you, bro.
I got a business proposition.
We'll work for food.
No, man.
What's it called? No, wait. Like the street vendors, bro. Like how dope of an opportunity is it to include the street vendors and let them make some money, bro, off of
Yeah.
you know, off of like a culture that for a long time people were scared of. For a long time people thought that culture was just up to no good. You know, the homies wasn't up to no good, and now you're giving opportunities for the people to make money off of it, bro.
I thought you were gonna start rapping some Kid Frost, way, dude. Up to no good. Looking at the older fools in my neighborhood.
Yeah, that's it.
I forgot. I was about to start rapping Will Smith with Fresh Prince. I got in one little fight and my mama got scared.
It's still out though, man. But I think that'd be dope, man. Imagine
it would be
the
dope.
food would be good. The fucking music would be good, man.
Throw
And,
some lowriders up in there. Way.
you know, I was thinking about that way, but I was like, I think, yeah, and this is just me thinking out loud. Like, you would have to separate the music festival with the lowrider show, right? With the car show, because if you start adding lowriders to it, then what's the difference between a car show and a music festival?
I don't think it has to be a car show. Just let a bunch of lows pull up. Bitches love to take pictures.
You know, I guess, but I'm just saying, like, I think that idea that King Lil G has, bro, I think it has a lot of potential, and I think it's you know, from what I'm seeing the conversations at, bro, I think people are ready to collab on a big project like that, because a lot of people like Rolling Loud, I don't know who's in charge of that way, but it's like that's a big money investment right there.
Because you're paying. Look at the artists I just named, bro. A lot of these dudes are leaving with 50 racks
Right.
each.
Right. More than that.
More than that. I'm just keeping it like on the low limit. Way.
Yeah. So it's like I think it's dope, man. I think Latinos are ready for something like that, and bro, I think I have fun, bro. I definitely consider flying out for some shit like that. Way.
Same here. Way. To be
I
honest.
definitely pack my bulletproof vest though. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, see now. See now that's another
We're all
thing.
neutral colors, homie.
See,
You know what
we
I'm saying?
gotta talk about that.
My
way.
shirt's gonna say "No Tiro Barrio Homes."
We gotta talk about that way. Do these festivals, is the security
Oh,
gonna
we
have
can't
to
forget
be
about Little Rob, bro. Little Rob.
what? Did we forget about the goat?
Oh
Way?
man, bro. Little Rob would bring
Yeah.
everybody out.
Yeah.
Frost, obviously, Frost is the legend. Would definitely people, bro. I'm telling you, there's a lot of potential. But going back to what you're saying, like the security.
Bro, I've seen videos, way back in them lowrider days, way people bump into each other, way.
Are they gonna invite Daza for pictures?
Daza, man, we've seen Daza in person, way.
Yeah,
Had to have been
90s for sure.
25 years ago, way.
Yeah, that was at the Portland Lowrider Show.
Yeah, we've been to a lowrider show, eh?
Yeah,
We've seen Slow Pain perform.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? And that was a dope event. You know what I mean? But this festival that I'm imagining now, I don't even know how King Luchi's gonna do it, way, but it sounds dope as fuck, way.
Yo, it's all about spreading the word, man. We doing our part, spreading the word.
I did see a Capone response to it. He said that they've been talking about certain similar things like that. He's like, I'm telling you right now, it's not gonna be easy. It's a lot more complicated than one thinks. Obviously, why? Money. You know what I mean? It gets very complicated, bro. Whoever sets it up is gonna either, come out, ¿cómo se dice? Even, or they're gonna lose money, way. You know what I'm saying? Because the first run of something, way. Because let's just, for an example, we went to Los Dels.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't they say, like, from what I remember, is like they took a big hit because it was like a progression of the festival has to become a thing before they actually start making money. Do you remember that?
Yeah, but and we're talking about a festival that happened out here in Wisconsin, and which I think is a genius idea because Wisconsin, they did it right in the smack center where the Latinos from Minnesota drove to Wisconsin, the Latinos in Wisconsin were already in Wisconsin, and the Latinos from Chicago drove to Wisconsin. And
watch out from them Latinos from Chicago, though.
Oh,
they wild.
I strain out my hat every time I saw a Chicago jersey. I'm like, make sure my hat's nice and straight. But yeah, they brought big artists, man. Like, they brought fucking Daddy Yankee. They brought Wisin y Yandel. They brought Bad Bunny. They brought Maná. They brought Molotov. They brought El Tri. They brought fucking Zion y Lennox. They brought all the big hitters, bro.
Yeah, they almost brought Cardi B, way.
She got pregnant, man. She got knocked up.
Damn, couldn't keep her legs closed.
Still, but yeah, man.
Didn't they almost bring 6ix9ine, way? If I remember correctly.
I don't know about that.
Damn, you got all excited.
Nah, man, nah. But yeah, man. I think it'll be dope. But obviously, just from personal experience, even when we went to this festival at Los Dels, there's different people from different hoods. Like a lot of people might not sometimes think like they're gangsters out here in the Midwest, but there's gangsters out here too. And there's people, Latinos, Latinos got this pride, man. Latinos got ego. Latinos got pride. Everyone wants to represent their city, represent their state. Like it's the hardest state, the hardest city.
We killers out here.
So it's like people from Minnesota out there, trying to hold it down for Minnesota. Wisconsin trying to hold it down for Wisconsin. Chicago, their record speaks for itself. But it's like, there's egos. But on that first event, I'll tell you that because we went 1 year and it was all love. The second year was like people started showing a little more like that territorial thing, like Chicago's more gangster than y'all, or fucking Milwaukee's more gangster than you guys, or people from Minnesota like, nah, we gangster too,
Yeah.
So people started kind of like, what do they call that, puffing your chest out and shit.
Yeah. Then you get like different Latinos, right? Then you get your Mexicans, Boricuas, and other Latinos.
Yeah.
También.
So like as long as on a show like this where it's all like Chicano rap, Latino rap, most of it's gangster rap, bro. Let's keep it real. A lot of that would be mostly gangster rap. So it's like people would have to purposely go with the mentality of like, let's just have fun. You know what I mean?
Take Father, what's from Homeboys?
Yo, you've been snorkeling a lot lately, way. Like, yo,
take
bro,
El Padrecito from Homeboys Industry.
Take Father. I forgot his name. Yeah, take Homeboy Industries out there, man. Just people just see that logo, they'll just they'll chill out. But yeah, obviously security is gonna have to be on a certain level of precaution because like we said, man, just, different that type of music is gonna obviously attract certain crowds, man. And at the end of the day, if I hope people will be smart enough, man, because it's like that would fuck up the bag, and that will fuck up events like that. Like, people are like, yo, we wish we had these type of events, and then these events happen. It's like, yo, where you from, fool? And it's like, nah, bro, like you fucking it up.
Just don't let Lil Jon pull up with his old school music. Fuck them motherfuckers in the west side. Fuck them ones in the east side.
Yeah.
We run this shit. We run this shit.
Yo, man, yeah. The alcohol's starting to hit a little bit now, man. But let's just finish it off real quick, man. With a little something more serious, man. On the serious end, the Cash App founder, dude. I guess we're talking about violence. I guess this continues the violence way, but the Cash App founder was stabbed to death in San Francisco, bro. And from what I'm reading and from what I'm seeing, it's from the nice area of San Francisco, because obviously a billionaire wouldn't be living in the fucked up side, right?
And that's kind of crazy to me, bro, because you would expect billionaires to be in a gated community or to have a mansion kind of like, a ways from the city. Obviously, this was a hit, right?
From what it sounds like and it looks like.
When a billionaire gets killed, it's not a random act of violence, way.
So, did you see the video?
I didn't click on it, bro, but I seen homie was struggling. He got stabbed up. There's some video footage of him like, pleading for help or something like that.
Yeah. So I saw the video. Like you couldn't really tell what was happening. I don't know if he had already been stabbed or a car stopped and someone got out and stabbed him and then hit a U-turn. I don't know exactly. You couldn't really tell. But then he did pull up to one of the buildings, like kind of looking for help. And then like he collapsed, like his body gave up, and then he managed to get himself back up and keep moving. But it's like stabbing someone, bro, that seems very personal, bro. Like, that seems very personal.
You sound like a detective.
No, because it's like shooting someone is like.
But shooting somebody is loud.
It's loud. That's what I'm saying.
But stabbing someone is more low key.
So it's personal, but more low key and more quiet.
But stabbing somebody is personal for sure. Mm-hmm. But if it's not personal, it's more of a quiet hit. Like you're not trying to cause a whole scene in a nice suburban or nice little area. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. So this dude, man, he's a billionaire, bro. I mean, he was a billionaire. Yeah. He's the founder of Cash App, but he's also he worked for Square. You heard of Square, right?
Yeah.
He worked with the engineering department to develop software for them.
Well, Square, wasn't that like a business site?
It's like a business pay option, right? So like, let's say you have a side hustle, but people they don't have cash. Well, Square adds that. They send you this little it's like this little thing that you clip onto your phone or your iPad, and they can scan their card and pay you through there. Or even if you're like at a store, they have their different type of equipment for you to be able to pay, which was kind of ahead of its time. It's like its own pay service, you could say. And then he also did this other thing called something with coin. I can't think of the other one, but this motherfucker was smart, bro. This motherfucker was like a genius, because he worked for a lot of big companies, But now, like that happened and everyone's like, why would anyone stab him? He's a civilian. Obviously, he ain't involved with some crazy shit like that. And people are just questioning why that happened. And then like a few days later, excuse me.
Damn, that was loud.
I don't know if it's just a coincidence, but it's like then they announced that it's like the Federal Reserve is coming out with their own their own app or their own system to be
Yeah.
able to, for people to be able to pay each other instantly, digitally. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Which is going to be called Fed Now.
Yeah.
Which Fed Now does not sound attractive at all. Way. You know what I mean?
Oh, you a Fed now?
You know what I'm saying? So it's like Cash App. That sounds sexy, right?
Does it?
Cash App. You know what I'm saying?
What
Like
about Venmo?
Venmo kind of way, but you know, it does the job. But Cash App, that's you know, like to a lot of people, that was the first time we heard some shit like that, right? Like, oh shit, like
It was cool.
you can actually like just send your
Yeah.
money to your account like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was like, hey, we're gonna order the fight. You know, just cash at me your share.
Convenience, right? It's very
Yeah.
convenient. So now people are, you know, the conspiracies are coming out, which sometimes conspiracies, they kind of sound kind of believable, right? But I don't want to jump too quick to conclusions with, but it's like, because if you really think about it, it's like, yeah, okay, so the feds are trying to come out with their own
Digital currency.
digital currency and a way to pay each other instantly. But it's like, just because you kill the founder, that doesn't mean the company's out.
Yeah.
You know, like the company can still run through the investors, and they'll pick their new CEO or whatever's going on, and the company's going to continue to be a success because the technology is already there.
Well, from what I've seen, it says that they murdered the founder. It doesn't mean that he's the CEO right now. So
Okay,
the
okay.
company could easily still be running.
Right.
That
You're right.
guy's just the guy that created it.
Created it. But, you know, so that's one thing that makes me wonder. But it's like another thing that I don't really like, way that is like, if the Federal Reserve is trying to get involved with this way for each other to pay digitally, it's just another way to make sure that they can tax you on every fucking dollar that you send out, way. Because like, in a way, it's kind of like recognizing that the physical cash is going to be a thing of the past.
Yeah.
So now it's like you got people that actually depend on cash. You know what I mean? Because it's like,
Who? Strippers?
how are you going to pay strippers? Way? No, that's a real question. Way.
They're gonna just have a barcode on their thong.
Yo, that's actually a real question I didn't even think about. Way. How are you going to pay strip? It's like pretty soon they're gonna have like play money,
Yeah.
but you're gonna have to like digitally just transfer the money. You're like, hey,
Tokens or some shit.
thanks for throwing that money. Now can you just transfer this? Like, bro, I'm telling you, it's just gonna get weird. But no way. But there's people that depend on shit like that because, like, I mean, I don't want to say that it's right and everything, but there's people that have side hustles, bro. There's people like, let's say you work a full-time job, but out of work you do some mechanic work on the side. Like before, you made an extra couple $100 a week off of doing some mechanic work, cash,
Yeah.
untaxed, right? You know, it already got taxed to somebody. You know what I mean? That the person that paid you probably already paid tax on it, but we're not gonna get too deep into it. But it's like, now the only way that in the future they're gonna be able to pay you is digitally. So now they know, like, this person paid you. Now we know that you've made this much money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now we're gonna tax you off of this.
Yeah.
And it's just gonna get kind of fucked up with, because I know barbers sometimes they don't claim everything they make.
Yeah.
I know waiters.
Why snitching, cuh?
No, I'm saying waiters, they don't report everything that they make. And everything that you do, wait. Sometimes it's like, what's gonna happen when it's like your niece's birthday, and you want to give her $40, way? Like, you gotta get taxed off of that too.
Yeah. No, it's definitely crazy, way. You know, they're again, we were talking about testing earlier with social media, how they're gonna just test something.
An experiment.
Like Fed Now, it's like, yeah, this is just an option right now. You know what I mean? Cash is still circulating around, you know, it's still a currency. But they're gonna start getting everybody. You got something on your lip, man. They're gonna start getting everybody basically prepared to what will just be strictly digital. You know what I mean? And yes, digital is gonna suck, way, because everybody doesn't need to know where your money goes. Like even right now, you use Cash App or Venmo. I think it's mostly Venmo. I be seeing people's Venmo transactions, and it's like, hey, pizza for the other day. Hey, drinks, or hey, do you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, well, every digital currency goes to the block. I forget what the block is called. Do you remember?
The blockchain.
Blockchain. Yeah, it's like the biggest memory storage that's going to be in the digital world, right? Every transaction is going to be tracked now. And that's what everybody's like fearing, right? Because we're in the United States, we're supposed to have freedom, we're supposed to have liberty. Now we're going to not only get tracked by our phone devices, we're tracked all the time. Mm-hmm. Everything we spend is going to get tracked. So where do you spend your money? Are they going to sell this information now to ads? Because like this dude likes to buy sneakers. This dude likes to buy this. And now
this dude's addicted to OnlyFans.
Yeah, that también, you know. And then, all that stuff, bro. All that shit's going to get tracked. I know the primo Mario sent us some stuff about like it's called I won't even say, but basically it's going to be the digital currency for the Federal Reserve, which is central bank of United States. You know what I mean? And United States keeping track of all our money. Right now we go under the dollar, right? That's our currency.
Pretty soon it's going to be the yuan.
Let's not get crazy now. But right now it's like we get paid and we can go cash out and we can hold this money and we can move as we please, right? Mm-hmm. In the future, when everything's digital, it's like, let's just say, for example, cancel culture, right? Let's just say,
whoa.
Let's just say in the future,
I'm trying to follow you here, man.
Okay, my bad. Okay, right now, cash, we can buy whatever the fuck we want. Mm-hmm. Let's just say in the future, the United States decides to cancel a certain brand or a certain store. Since our money is controlled digitally now through the Federal Reserve, even if we wanted to buy something from that store, we're not going to be able to. It's going to get declined. Oh. You know what I mean?
You know what's going to happen there?
What's that?
It's time to get the sign of the beast.
Let's not get too ahead of ourselves.
The mark of the beast.
But check this out. I forgot if it was China or Japan that they have a character record. It's like what kind of person are you? Are you a nice person? Like, let's just say you go to Starbucks and you curse out the fucking employees because your coffee was had too much sugar or some shit, right? Mm-hmm. And if the police comes and realizes that you were fucked up, you were having a bad morning, and you just cursed out the employees, you get a little like a hit on your character record. That reduces it, right? And I'm getting extreme because
I think they have something like this in Asia way.
Yeah, I just said that. Like it was either Japan or China. Oh, okay. So in the future now, let's just say when our money is being controlled, now they can be like, well, since you treated this store bad, if you want to go back, you're gonna pay this extra fee or something like that. Well, or you can't go there.
It's like in everything we do. You get rated in everything you do. Yeah. Like you buy something from fucking Marketplace on Facebook, and the seller can rate you as the buyer.
Yeah.
That way, next time when you're trying to buy something from somebody else, they can see your rating. Like if someone's like very difficult to communicate with. Was very
lowballed.
Lowball. Changed the price at the last minute. Yeah. Then people were like, "Oh, fuck that! I ain't gonna sell to him." So it's like we're fucking rating ourselves and everything. Like you get a fucking Uber driver, you rate him, he or her rates you. Everything that we're doing nowadays, it's about rating.
But check like in the hood way, right?
Man, you ain't got no hood cred, man.
Come on,
bro. Your credit is terrible in the hood.
Yo soy de la calle, papi.
Nah, they know you a 6ix9ine fan, bro. They seen your playlist, man.
Check this out, way. In the hood, you could be able to buy, what do you call that? Them
nutty bars?
I'm talking about for cash. You can buy somebody's welfare money.
Oh, yeah, their welfare.
Food stamps or something like that. Yeah.
or the WIC card.
Yeah, stuff like that, right? It's like, yo, let's just say you're in the corner store and they're like, man, what you gonna buy? I'll buy it for you. Just give me the cash, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they'll give it to you for, if you're cool, same price. If they're trying to make a buck, blah blah. But you're not gonna be able to do it this shit no more way. The Fed, the government's gonna control the over fucking digital currency. They're gonna be able to control every move you do on welfare, on WIC, on even regular employees that are getting checks.
What about our paisanos that are getting paid under the table, man?
That's gonna be fucked up, bro. There's gonna be new laws. As new things come about, there's gonna be new laws that are gonna protect.
But you know what though? I'm not even talking about protect. I'm saying like, how will our paisanos get paid when they're working here, undocumented? But it's like, I feel like there's always a way. You know what I mean? Like, laws have changed. From 50 years ago to today, laws have changed, and people figured out a way to get around it.
Yeah,
I think there will always be a way.
Well,
when there's will,
yeah, there's a way.
There's a way. Thanks for finishing that.
Yeah, and we got to keep in mind that the Fed now is not going to be the only digital currency. You know what I mean? I think it was called Central Bank Digital Currency.
Yo, man,
so
this
CDBC.
This is all sounding way too much like New World Order to me.
Well, dude, all the movies that we've seen about that whole, bro, if they can control the money on your phone app, they can shut it down whenever they want, dude.
Damn. No, but for some people that don't know, I'm not trying to turn into a preacher here, but it's like one of the things that God or the Bible says that are signs of the times is that the world will be under one single currency. So it's like it could be. We all thought like it always seemed impossible, right? But no one ever thought about fucking cryptocurrency, right? So it's like we could all one day be under cryptocurrency, which whether it could be Bitcoin or I don't know who will win this race, but it's like that's signs of the time. It's heading that way, and a lot of different signs. I don't want to get too deep into the religious side of things.
Yeah, don't.
But it's like it's just signs of the times, man, and it's just getting crazy, bro.
Yeah. So ending it like this, mi gente, make sure you guys stay informed.
Go to church.
Smart. He said, "Go to church." Repent. Read up on things. I'm glad that the
read up on the Bible.
I'm glad Primo and there was a few other people that sent us this about the Fed now and then the central bank digital currency deal, because this is coming. You know what I mean? Like Bitcoin and all these cryptocurrencies. That's the future. We're all gonna only see our money within our phone devices pretty soon. You know what I mean? And it gets a lot more complicated than that, but we're gonna leave it like that. Everybody, make sure you guys stay on top of the game. Make sure you protect your money, protect your future, and protect your family. Todo eso. I know we hit a lot of different topics, man, but I feel like they were all good topics, mi gente. So, we want to thank everybody for rocking with us. Shout out to the homie that dropped a review on the Apple Podcast. Everybody, if you have not dropped a review, make sure you get out there on Apple Podcasts. Drop us a 5-star. Give us some good comments. Give us some love. And on Spotify, man, I see the gente también dropping us them 5 stars, man. So, with all that being said, man, this is your boy Lazy. I appreciate y'all. And I'm out, man. Peace.
Yo, man, I just want to say, make sure you guys support the podcast. Make sure you guys go to the website and get some merch. PuraCulturaPodcast.com. Check the merch. But I do want to say one thing, for the people that are still sticking around to this very end. It's not that funny, Lazy.
Long episode. That's what I was laughing at.
No. I just want to say R.I.P. to our Theo, man. R.I.P. to our Theo Vic.
Big Chief.
The Big Chief. He passed away today.
Yeah.
And, just want to show our respects to him. He was he played a major part in our lives. You know what I mean? Like, the reason why a lot of our families are actually out here in the States, where it's because of him. You know, he helped us. He helped our whole family.
Yeah.
You know, he played a big role in our whole family coming out here.
Well, he brought me and you across the border.
Yeah. So our Theo Vic, man, he's our Puerto Rican uncle, man. He was a really cool dude, and one of the coolest things that he would always share with us is his crazy stories of growing up in the Bronx in New York, man. And you know, I don't want to disrespect nobody, but he would always tell us that he was the baddest motherfucker out of the Bronx, man, and he was a really cool dude. And another cool thing that he would always say to us, because he always knew we was always into something, you know, we was either rapping or into this podcast game, and he would always say, like, are you in? Is this a hobby or is this your career?
Yeah.
And then you know, someone hits
Caught
you with
us off guard.
yeah, someone hits you with a question like that, you're like, oh shit, like I don't know. He's like, well, just make sure if it's a hobby, keep it a hobby, but if it's a career, make sure you're making the right steps for it to be a career. And that was some game that he dropped on us years back, and that shit stuck in my head because it's like, are we doing this for fun or are we doing this for funds? You know, not even trying to be funny right now or drop game, but it's like some real shit that he did.
Yeah.
But my Theo, man, we're gonna miss him. He's a real dude. He was always helping our family out with everything, and he's gonna be missed, man. So, R.I.P. to our Theo, man.
Yeah. Facts. R.I.P.
All right, mi
Peace.
gente, we out.